Well, I'm checking check out. So, after long deliberation, going over in my head, um, and I've come to realize that maybe I was wrong. Maybe I was wrong about the COV bedwetters. You know, 'Cause I didn't make a video prior. I didn't make a video yesterday. I think it was, or the day before. It got taken down, and I wondered why it got taken down. I wonder why. But I re-watched it, and I had a change of heart. And to be honest, I believe that face gags work. I believe that they work. You should always wear them. You should wear them no matter what. Okay, you should wear a mask no matter what. You should wear a mask at work, at home, in the gym, in bed. I think you should wear it everywhere you go, because this deadly virus it's a tragedy. It's taking over the whole world. It's just unbelievable. It's just really ravaging through the whole country at a rate of knots that no one could ever anticipated. Because people used to get ill. Going back post March 2019, people actually used to get ill from the cold, the common cold, and the flu. But I'll tell you what, forget about that. That doesn't even, that don't even exist no more. It doesn't exist, because it's the COVID-19. That's what we're dying from now. We are dying. People are dying from COVID-19. And this is why masks are very imperative. You got to wear them. You just got to be very careful. You got to wear them no matter what you do. Also wear gloves as well. You got to have a pair of latex gloves. I believe that you should actually keep the mask on while eating. Or drinking. Something like that. You can never be too sure. So it's best to keep it on no matter what. Maybe you can put a bottle of water to it, and it drips through. Maybe it might drip through, get a little bit of moisture, but don't take your mask off. Don't ever take it off, no matter what. Keep it on, because masks do work. Even though I can still smell things through the mask. I can still smell stuff. When you fart and stuff like that, you can still smell it, but that doesn't mean that any dangerous COVID particles will enter through it. It doesn't mean that. It does not mean that at all. Okay, and that's why you should always wear them, no matter what you do. Because as I said, we don't need to concentrate on the flu, because the flu kills a lot of people. How many hundreds of thousands a year anyway? It does that every year. The flu does. People get ill from a common cold as well, but we should all focus our interests. We should focus our interests merely on, but completely on, COVID-19. We gotta do that. We don't need to see anybody out. If people are dying from cancer and stuff like that, so be it, because we're in the middle of a pandemic, right? Cases are shooting up, Cases are shooting up left, right, and center, and it's terrible. It's terrible. And that's this is why we need to have not only a good vax program. We got to get the vax program in as soon as possible, because the longer we leave it, the more time. The longer we leave it, there's going to be more deaths. There's going to be more people really severely ill. We don't want that. We don't want that at all. We need to get the vaccine as soon as possible. You know, there's been a lot of talk, speculation about, you know, certain risky ingredients in there, you know, gene altering stuff like that. I don't know. I don't believe it. I don't believe there's any harmful. I don't believe there's any harmful ingredients in the vax. I don't believe it. I think the vax is totally legit. It's been studied well. You know, it's been studied well. Hey, what can I say? Like, the sooner we get the vax, the sooner we can get back to normal. That's what we want. We want normality. Okay? You know, better that. You know what? I don't even want normal. Tell you what I want. I want the new normal. That's what it is. I want the new normal. So I think the new normal is going to be safer for everybody. You know, going around in groups like this, there's like going around with groups of people over, you know, any more than a group of 6. It's too risky, you know. Honest to God, it's too risky. So I prefer the new normal, where, you know, we're gonna have to, as long as we stay 2 meters apart on all times, we can get through it. I reckon we can get through this pandemic. I'll tell you that now. You know, no large crowds. Get that. Like, hey, I don't even want to. I don't want to see any of my family or anything like that. I don't want to see them. I don't want to see them. I don't see any of my friends either, because right about now, all we got to worry about, we got to make things safe for people. You know, and you know, who cares about the elderly? Like, it doesn't matter whether the elderly, whether you get to see them or not. You know, whether they can be shielding for months and months and months. It doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter. You just don't. The elderly can be shielding for a year, and you know, stop being so selfish. You know, people want to go around in large groups and stuff like that and mixing households. Stop being so selfish. You know, the people out there are dying. You know what I mean? The people out there are dying, and you want to be selfish and be around mixing with different groups of people. You know, I'm telling you, it's too much. You know, I can't wait for the vax, honestly, because, you know, I can show people, when the health passport comes in, you know, on my phone, I'll have an app, and it can tell me that I'm safe and that you're safe, because I'm protecting you as well. You know, when I really want the vax comes in, so I can do the normal things, like walking to a McDonald's, you know, do normal things like walking to a supermarket, you know, just stuff like that. So I also want to do all the normal things, and until the vax comes in, we shouldn't be able to do normal things. We should not, like, because anyone who wants to do anything normal, like did stuff like that, like I said, they're the real selfish ones, you know. And you know, it's fine. Like, I used to say, like, you can't touch your face gag. Like, touching your face gag would, you know, had full, you know, was full of germs, stuff like that. You know, I'll take that back. I'll take it back, because with that barrier around there, as long as you've got a barrier around there, it doesn't matter. Like, that will protect you. That will protect you, 100%. As long as you got a face covering, it will protect you. Face coverings work. Okay, and I'll sing it from the rooftops. Face coverings work. It doesn't matter which one, you know. You can pick any design you want. You can have a polka dot one, stripy one, a black one, or one with your favorite team on there. You know, like a favorite team or a designer brand. Like, I've seen them ones as well. They look really good. You know, there's nothing like having a face covering. You know, it goes all the way around there, the top of your nose, and the ones what I prefer, the ones that like go right around the back there, got 2 straps. There's one there's a strap that goes underneath your ear, like go right around there, and the strap that goes above your ear like that. Like, it really locks you in tight. You know, locks you in tight. You feel so secure in it. Like, feel like can take on the world sometimes, you know. They're the best ones to get. The ones with the 2 straps, you know, from there, and there. The ones with the 2 straps, they're the ones you want, nice and tight, snug fitting, you know, because nothing can get in then. And you'll have the confidence to go to the local shop or wherever you want to go outside. And you can even walk in the fresh air with confidence. You can walk in the fresh air with confidence with your face covering on. Now, you can do that. Like I've seen a lot of people do that now, you know. People are now coming back outside. They're coming, you know, they stop shielding. They've got their face covering on, and they can. I've seen them outside, you know, like I've seen them sitting in the park by themselves. But, you know, what we got to remember is that the face coverings work, and you never know what's outside. You don't know what's out there. So, you know, you could be sitting on the park by yourself, or just going for a leisurely walk by yourself out in the woods, wherever you are, you know, completely away from anybody. But you gotta make sure you got a face cover on, because they work and they will stop any airborne droplets from going through your mouth, you know, or it will stop just in case you might have it. You'll protect the others you know. You can't really see anybody in the woods or out of the, you know, there's no one really there, you know, but in case there was, you'll protect those as well, because it can be airborne, you know. Some of these things are airborne, right? So if you breathe without a face covering on and you're in a park in the middle of nowhere, like I see a lot of people, and then guess what? They might catch it. So that's why face covering should be, even if you walk in, yeah, you can be walking anywhere, middle of nowhere, outside, into the park, you know, you can't never be too careful. So you got to wear them outside as well, and we got to wear them in the house, definitely, because this also, man, because, you know, as soon as you open that door, you know, when you open the door to go back in from the outside, right, who knows what might blow through the door. And if you take your face guard off, if you take it off, you might catch it. So it's best to, so that little moment, you know, when you open the door and the air comes in, you don't know what's in that air. You can't see it. But it's a deadly, you know, it's a silent killer, you know. Silent, you can't see it. So it's best that you wear them inside the house as well. That's what I advocate. If you wear them inside the house, it's probably better. You know, but face coverings do work. Masks do work. They do work, you know. Whichever one of your choice. You got the surgical ones. You got the ones just, you know, different materials, stuff like that. You know, whatever fits you best. You know, whatever suits you best. But you know, hopefully the vax will be rolled out by the, you know, start of next year. You know, I need to get filled up. Like, if I want to get filled up every year, you know, just in case, because like it might mutate. You know, there's talk of the virus mutating now. So if I get a shot every year, I should be okay. You know, I don't really care about the side effects, because none of the side effects are going to be any worse than than dying from COVID. Like, the side effects don't even come nowhere near it. You know. The side effects don't, you know, I've heard loads of different things, you know, I don't want to mention them on here, but the side effects don't matter, trust me, they don't, because we've got to keep everybody safe. As long as if I get any side effects, then so be it, but as long as I know I've protected others, then that's all that counts, you know, that's all that counts, you know. I'll tell you what, man. This pandemic's lethal. It's lethal, you know. I think, you know, lockdowns definitely work. I think it should be locked down for another 2 years at least. 2 years at least, you know. Just so we can get it really under control, you know. We need to. We want zero deaths. We don't want lockdown for at least 2 years. We're nearly at the year point now, and I don't think that's enough, because you know, who wants to go out? You don't want to go outside and just live your normal life. That's just, as I said before, that's selfish. You don't. Why would you want to? Why would you want to go out and do anything like play sports or go to the shops or go to the cinema or go to the pub, restaurant? Why would you want to do that when we're in the middle of a pandemic and it's so dangerous outside? Why would you want to do that? You know? I had some wild stories, man. Like, there's some wild stories out there. You know, I've had some wild stories out there, But I'll tell you this story. And I've traveled a lot, I've traveled a hell of a lot. I've traveled and seen the seven seas. And I'll tell you what, I've not seen a virus like this, I stepped outside and seen bodies on the floor. Had to climb over bodies, And I thought, hey, this thing is like nothing I've ever seen before, And I gotta warn everybody. That there is a pandemic out there, There's a pandemic out there. You gotta be careful. You gotta have the vaccine. Vaccines work. And I can't wait to go to my doctor, I say, doctor, give me my arm now. Put it in my arm. Put it in my arm there now, man. Put it in my arm. I want a double dose. A double dose of your finest VAX. I want a double dose of it, Because you can never be too sure. And I'll tell you, you better stop believing in ghosts. Because the amount of dead bodies I've seen around, that shit will haunt you, So young man, listen to me. You better stop believing in ghosts. Because if you don't, then it's going to be a disaster. You're going to be shocked. You got to be shocked, okay? So, the message is to stay in your house. Don't come outside your house, for God's sake. Do not come out of your house. You need to self-isolate. Even if you test negative. If you test negative, you must self-isolate for 14 days. Anyway, okay? Even if you test negative. That's right. Did you hear that? I said, even if you test negative on a test, you must still self-isolate for 14 days. Better yet, double that, 28 days. I don't know. But they say 14 days, you must self-isolate. Okay? Make sure you're wearing a mask outside. Anywhere. Make sure you're wearing a mask, because masks work. Okay? Masks work. Make sure you sanitize your hands at least. I don't know what the recommendation is, but at least, maybe 20 times a day. I don't know. Or whenever you go to different shops, we can't go to the shops because we're locked down, but if you, every time you open one door and close another, make sure you sanitize your hands. And you make sure you gotta keep doing it for keep rubbing your hands together for about 2 minutes. Make sure you look around. And to make sure that everyone can see you sanitizing your hands, You gotta make sure you gotta make sure that everyone can see that you'll sanitize your hands each and every time you do it. Even if you're inside and there's people outside, there's no one inside, and you'll sanitize your hands. Make sure you come outside, start rubbing your hands together in front of everybody so they can see that you've sanitized your hands and that you're clean and away from any deadly virus. Okay? So, yeah, yeah. And with that, I'm out.